Back on December 12, 1972, Marie Helene Rothschild, a member of what is known as one of the most powerful families in the world, held a surrealist ball at one of the Rothschilds' many mansions, known as Chateau de Ferrier. Extremely secretive events. There were very few images have ever surfaced of these alleged balls that many who purport the Illuminati theory have said happen, and until now, when these pictures and a series of them showed up from this ball in 1972, from Salvador Dali doing his own version of Blue Steel to Audrey Hepburn in a birdcage, it is a cornucopia of Illuminati symbolism.
Here is footage of Angelina Jolie admitting that she had attended secret Illuminati parties in which she had participated in ritual sexual torture and blood sacrifice rituals to the devil.
It's like I would film things like that. I would encourage like everybody, all different types of sexual, but there is that thing where it's like a lot of people misunderstand me with S&M and they think it's super, and I have to like explain to people how, like, where it's more like you're tied down because you need to like be able to like have somebody hold you down and keep you still, or like you fight. To heal once you're beaten, like, or something. It's like it comes from a real place of, like, you know, as opposed to being accessories or something like. It's like with tattoos and things. Like, I've never always gotten them. There's like that time where everybody's like, oh, I have tattoos, and after a while you're like, you can explain them and they can mean it. It's just comes from that real place. Yeah, I don't know. I only saw that film she brought over that night. People were like darker, like that kind of. But it's a great thing to be able to like see everybody's like just sexuality. But it's so weird when you just. I had like the most amazing compromising pictures of people.
People planned 3 total revolutions. 1, 2, 3, ouch!
And the twisting of a nipple or something?
Yeah, 3 full times.
I only saw that one she brought over that night though.
And then dripping candle wax on
my snake, I had it back.
These satanic sex parties that the Illuminati have was presented in the film Eyes Wide Shut by the director Stanley Kubrick. It was the first film in 12 years for Stanley, who had not given an interview since 1987. He mysteriously died a week after he was done with the film. Imam Ahmed al-Hassan ﷺ has revealed the purpose behind these sex rituals and has said, "These rituals are done in order that demons and humans have sex together. The demon enters into the male, or a demon enters into the female, and they have sex through their human bodies."
Many throughout history have claimed the ability to speak with the souls of the dead.
I see dead
Many more have sought out methods to communicate with the souls of the dead. But is this really possible? Traditions in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam have all mentioned cases where communication with the dead is possible. From the summoning of Lazarus from the dead,
Lazarus! Come forth!
to the speech of the Prince of the Believers ﷺ with the people of the graves, history has been replete with stories of people communicating with the dead. Also in our modern day and age, those who claim to be able to communicate with the dead have received international fame and attention.
So you're saying all these people, I mean, you're saying my brother and my father are still around?
I am absolutely saying that.
Some of these people have even been used by law enforcement agencies in order to solve murder cases. Television and entertainment is filled with movies and shows about people who communicate with the other side. But is it really possible to communicate with the souls of the dead? And how can this be achieved? Imam Ahmad al-Hasan ﷺ said, yes, it is true that some people have this ability to communicate with the souls of the dead and might be able to see them. The soul itself does not have one particular form, and it can appear in different forms to the human eye. It is basically like energy. However, the souls of the deceased have no ability to move objects or manipulate matter, and are not responsible for the haunted houses which exist in movies and in real life. These phenomena are all caused by jinn. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan ﷺ has stated there are many ways to communicate with the dead, and that the easiest way to communicate with the dead is through two human beings having sexual intercourse. If you went somewhere and placed on the street a fish, do you not see that the cats gather around it? And if you go to a place and drop some candy, do you not see the ants gather around it? As such, when human beings have intercourse, the souls of the dead gather around them, in order for a chance to return to this world in a new body, meaning the body of the child offspring made through this sexual interaction. And in that world, meaning the world of the dead, every soul has the conviction that it can re-enter into this world at will through approaching couples having intercourse. But in reality, not all souls have this ability to reincarnate at will.
Baphomet is a half-goat, half-human hermaphrodite that represents Satan, and you can see this clearly in movies like 300 and Childhood's End. There are many different theories on the origin of Baphomet. The dictionary says it's likely a corruption of the name Muhammad, or Muhammed, as pronounced by the French during the Inquisition of the Templars. Others claim it is the name of a demon called Abu Fehmet. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan ﷺ, though, has confirmed that it is a play on the name Muhammad, and that it was done to set up a rival to Muhammad. So as we have Christ and the Antichrist, we have Muhammad and Baphomet. So the god of the Illuminati is the anti-Muhammad Baphomet. And here is a statue of George Washington, or Adam Weishaupt, posing in the same way as Baphomet. And here you can see how Baphomet is hidden all over the place in media and entertainment. the anti-Muhammad. It's all the same. Symbols for one entity, one power, the power and force behind the United States of America, الدجال. Another fact which was not mentioned by the media until a 12-year-old girl presented her research is that all US presidents are related and are from a single bloodline, and are all related to Adam Weishaupt.
On the School Watch tonight, the story of a 7th grader from Salinas who claims to have made a major discovery about President Obama. She and her grandfather say that President Obama is related to all but one U.S. president.
Now that you know about the Illuminati sex rituals that they have in order to have demons have intercourse with human beings, and in many cases impregnate them and bring in demons into this world, it comes as no surprise that all US presidents are in fact humans with the souls of demons and evil people. It therefore comes as no surprise that George H.W. Bush was baptized as Magog in the secret society Skull and Bones.
We can exclusively reveal that George Bush Sr.'s occult name is Magog, which is the name of the evil army commanded by Satan to visit Earth and destroy the kingdom of Christ.
Imam Ahmed al-Hassan has said that George H.W. Bush is very proud of this name which he holds. And Imam Ahmed al-Hassan has revealed that the following story is completely accurate.
By 1924, Crowley was living in poverty in France. An old friend and famous literary figure and occultist, Frank Harris, kindly took him under his roof. Frank Harris lived with a woman by the name of Nellie O'Hara. If what has been written in later years can be believed, Nellie had a friend in America, Pauline Pierce, who was married to Marvin Pierce, head of the McCall Corporation. In early 1924, Pauline traveled to France to stay with her friend. Thus it was that 4 individuals came together: Frank Harris, Nellie O'Hara, Pauline Pierce, and Aleister Crowley. According to Crowley's diaries, during this period in Paris, Crowley underwent the supreme ordeal, linked with his realization of the grade of Ipsissimus. According to a description of the rite, on the appointed day, the candidate is attended by one or more chosen and experienced attendants whose duty is A. to exhaust him sexually by every known means, B. to rouse him sexually by every known means. Every device and artifice of the courtesan is to be employed, and every stimulant known to the physician. If Crowley did go through this ordeal in 1924, then it is highly likely, based on his previous experiences, that his closest associates of that time, including Nellie and Pauline, performed as his magical assistants. Pauline Pierce returned to America in early October of 1924. 8 months later, on June the 8th, 1925, she gave birth to a girl named Barbara. Barbara Pierce married George H.W. Bush, who eventually became the 41st President of the United States. And they had a son, George W. Bush, the 43rd President of the United States. Could the wickedest man in the world, Aleister Crowley, be George W. Bush's grandfather? In 1925, Crowley received a letter from Theodore Roos of the OTO in Germany. A vacancy had become available for international head of the OTO. They had chosen Baphomet.
To the British, and indeed the Americans, I may have been a flesh-eating devil, but the Germans obviously still appreciated the law of Thelema. I was still Baphomet, an Ipsissimus, the great beast, 666.
Remember that every single man, woman, and child in the state of South Carolina awakens to a freer, safer world because of George Bush. I would remind people that every single morning we all awaken to a safer, freer world because of George Bush. And Nicole, I would remind you and the people of Florence that all of us awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because of George Bush. They themselves awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because of George Bush.
I felt anger. I felt pain. I thought, how can I explain this to my grandchildren?
And so, George W. Bush is the grandson of Aleister Crowley. It comes as no surprise that Ahmed al-Hassan salam has revealed George Bush to be the body which holds the soul of the demon Sharsharan, one of Satan's closest helpers and followers. Sharsharan was the demon whom
something there that there's a tremendous hatred there. There's a tremendous hatred. We have to get to the bottom of it.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on. We have no choice. We have no choice.